on and hold on and hold on until we forget what we're even holding on to and for what. This hold on and wait way of living is so dismal, exhausting, and tiring that at some point it's easier to sleep than stay awake to wonder, to a dream, or to a hope of something different. I've been alive 14,511 days. The sun rises, the sun sets, another day. Sometimes in the small moments when the world is quiet and asleep, I contemplate what it is to be alive. Thousands of beautiful hours are tethered together by laughter and longing, hurt and sorrow, breath and beat. Each second composing our incredible reality. I'm afraid of life. The mere possibility of my existence feels fragile and somewhat inconsequential. I've had a slow-growing itch I've been trying to reach for most of my life. It's an itch for something more. I've longed for that. At each momentous occasion, I thought the itch would resolve. I backpacked through Europe, lived in Asia, tasted the finest of food, lived among the poor and danced with the wealthy. I built a business, married a handsome man, had enough kids to fill a minivan, and taken in stray cats. All of these scratched the itch, but it didn't resolve it. Each were good, but somehow not enough. The desire for more persisted. At some point, I typically Googled some version of the question, where are the best cities in the world to live with kids? And I got lost in a fantasy for a few hours. But of course, those searches only aggravate me more. I so desperately wanted one of these experiences to satisfy me, like spreading creamy icing onto a cake. But none of them did. I lie awake at night with this longing, the quiet itch for more. I thought the desire for more meant that I was ungrateful or greedy. Maybe I just needed to be more content. But I couldn't deny my desire. It was there. I was hungry for more. I wanted more peace, more joy, more hope, more love, more soul bursting wide open in glorious praise, more. I worked to get more. I chased hard after the elusive more. It had to be obtainable. If I just kept looking, pressing, ordering my priorities differently, getting a new system in place, planning a better trip, getting my kids to easier ages, the more I wanted would be found. But the more I sought after more, the further away it got from me. No matter how hard I tried, the dangling carrot could never be touched. The itch was always just out of reach. My carpe diem syndrome kicking into full gear. I wanted to be awake and live life to the fullest, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it. I had spent so much time trying to appease my itch that I never stopped to understand it. Really looking at my desire for this mysterious more meant I had to see myself, experience my lack, and face some of my demons. Sometimes it's easier to close my eyes and pretend than it is to see reality. When I was younger, I was afraid of sleeping alone, being left out, my mom dying, and spelling tests. Today, my fears range from public bathrooms and sick kids to loved ones walking away from Jesus. I'm afraid of the IRS and when unknown numbers leave me voice messages. I'm always afraid of being caught, found out, or called out for something I did wrong or by mistake. But the older I get, the more I see one overarching fear in my life. I'm afraid I'll arrive at the end of my life. Maybe it will be tomorrow or in 50 years, and I'll realize that I never really lived. Looking at my itch meant my greatest fear was coming true.